Before we start talking about my trades on AMC Entertainment and the SPCE, I just want to let you guys know that I'll be part of the Traders for a Cause virtual event this Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It is an online event and I'll be chatting live with Alex from Be The Story. We're gonna be talking about trading. It's like a casual conversation. I think we might also have time for some Q&As, so it's free to attend. The link to register for the event is in the description below. Traders for a Cause is a non-profit organization and all the donations goes towards their select charities. If you want to learn more about the event and the charities, check out the event page below. Let me ask you something. Are you curious at all what a bottomless pit looks like? Let me show you. Oh, there we go. That's what it looks like. Just kidding. A bottomless pit looks like this chart on SPCE, Virgin Galactic. This stock gapped up overnight, I think like 20%. You can see from $17 all the way to 21s. Overnight from the news that they're launching a test flight later in May. What am I living in the past? They were gonna launch a test flight later in May, and the stock gapped up to 21s. Having traded the stock many times in the past before, I know it has a history of failed breakouts. It likes to break out at the open, squeeze for, maybe 20 minutes or so and sell off. And today, it did get the breakout. You can see this thing broke out from 2060s to 21s and it just slammed back down. Didn't really continue any breakout at all on the daily. I was thinking they might push towards the 22s on the daily chart, but nope. I'm telling you, this rocket ran out of fuel really, really fast right after the open, pretty much. You can see this thing after, a failed breakout, broke down, pre-market lows, 2050s. I wanted the bounces to short into instead of chasing weakness. So even though, yes, I did short it, I never got full size on it. And it was very difficult to build a position when the stock gave no bounces because essentially you are shorting the breakdown of weakness, which it worked out at the end, but I never got that comfortable to building a short position for this. So even though you can see that I did short into these like little mini bounces, they never bounced back to VWAP, which is the 2050s and later on $20, $20. That would have been the ideal entry to add on the short side. So I only have very, very small size, even though yes, I do keep on adding small, even down here after 2020s broke, 1980s and 1986, and then covering to the small flushes and reshorted the bounces. Very, very small. And here's where I got out of all of it, thinking that, okay, maybe this is finally the reversal. It's going to reverse. Maybe try to test $20. Maybe we get a re-entry on the short side around 20s or 2010s. But nope, this is what I mean by it's a bottomless pit. It just keep on failing, keep on going lower without giving much of a bounce at all. And that's how you know a stock is trading extremely heavy. I mean, it's not really a huge surprise because, like I said, SPCE, Virgin Galactic, they have a history of doing so. But like giving no bounce at all, it's a very difficult to trade. So you can see after this short-term bounce, decent volume on this bounce. I covered all of it, and it retested the prior highs around 1980s, and it just failed back to test $19, and now the low of the day is 1870s. So I definitely left a lot of money on the table, but at the same time, I never got a big position on the short side, and this is the bottomless pit of the day. The next stock that we're going to talk about is AMC Entertainment. I traded this one on the long side. You can see on the chart, this thing gapped down from previous day close of 12.60s. We gapped down to $12. I didn't trade this in at all. It didn't come on my radar until it started going red to green around around 10:30, 10:40s. If you look at the daily, if it reclaims the previous day close, then the stock is technically going red to green. And knowing that SSR is triggered and the stock has a pretty high short interest, I was thinking that if it stays green, we might get a decent breakout move to the upside to at least $13 and potentially higher to 13.30s, which was yesterday's highs. But we couldn't do that, sadly. I longed here starter size around 1270s, got stopped out once we broke down the red to green again. But once I see this reclaim really quickly, after this broke down and reclaimed that previous day close level, that's why I added back into my long position. So execution wise, I was looking at this on the 2-minute chart. Reclaim, I got in, I even added some more. After this volume came in, decent volume, I was selling into the spikes thinking that we might get $13. So even though I did sell into the move, 1290s and 1295s, I was holding a majority of the position, trying to give it a chance to work. Because if the stock is really going to squeeze with high volume, then there's a lot of upside. Like I said, there's 1320s and 3030s potentially. But it just didn't give us that move, unfortunately. And I'm just purely trading the price action. I'm not investing in the stock. I'm not swing trading the stock. I'm just trading it. So once that momentum dies, we broke down the 1280s. I just got stopped out of the rest of the position at 1270s. And you can see the stock tanked below previous day close and went back to being red on the day. So the range on this hasn't been that great. It's not the same as back in, I guess, February and January when we had the whole Wall Street bets hype. It was trading a lot of big range. I remember it was trading around $20, $19, that range. That was really decent. But today, I had some hope of it squeezing, but it just didn't happen. And that's why it's important to, yes, even though you have a long bias, you have to be able to recognize that for day trading wise, if the momentum dies down, if it's not holding some important support levels, then, yes, sell into the move, but kind of protect the downside as well. So that was a small winner on AMC. The next one is also a pretty small short scalp, pretty much, CPSH. This is a stock that I've traded many times in the past before. It's a lower float stock, but I remember it was pretty easy to borrow. And if you look at the daily, this thing has been downtrending for a while. Today it gapped out to 750s. I was thinking that they might, spike and, pump some news. All of these small cap news. It's more about the sentiment, less about the actual catalyst for these small caps. That's just a reality. If the small cap sentiment was strong, even if there's no news or if the news is, just false or reused, the stocks could still run. But we're kind of in this cycle of sentiment in the summer right now, where the small caps just not really seeing a lot of follow through. So that's why I was more short biased on the stock. I didn't get a big position just because I was thinking that they might spike to 8 on the daily, as you can see. But after seeing a lot of selling coming at the open, I scaled in short starter 720s, and once seeing that it's retesting the pre-market highs around 740, 750s, that's why I scaled in more short. Added on the $7.10s, and then we got a nice breakdown to 680s, 670s, and I was all out around 660s. And then the stock later faded basically all the way to where it came from at 630s. So this is just a small scalp move for me, just kind of like a small winner. In this kind of slower market, you want to aim for small wins. That's high probability, and that's a very clear setup. So I don't know if you notice, I'm taking less and less trades every single day. This week and last week, during the slow markets, it's very important to be very selective of your plays and your setups. It's whether they are long or short bias, and I'm keeping the stops really tight as well. So I'm taking less trades, and I'm just trying to be kind of take the meat of the move and have the small winners add up instead of aiming for home runs. Before we go, please remember to register for the online event this Saturday. My trader chat is at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Traders for a Cause is free to attend, and all donations goes towards charities. So again, the links are below for you to check them out. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I will see you guys live this Saturday. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the bad jokes. If you want to see more day trading content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. If you'd like to trade with me daily and get my free weekend watch list and trading journal, make sure to check out the links below for more resources. Stay green, stay positive, and I'll see you guys next time.